What's up, everybody? My name is Jason, and welcome to Small Biz. In today's video, I'm going to share with you exactly why red, not green, will make you rich. And with respect to the Fed minutes as we approach 3 o'clock East Coast time, why in the world is the market not moving, and what did they actually say? All that and more coming down it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, God bless each and every one of you. Happy Hump Day. If you do me a favor, give this video a big thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. I promise to come back tomorrow and answer the question, should I vote yes or no with respect to the reverse split and the Kraken on Tuesday? If you haven't done so already, and which one do I personally favor? So up, subscribe, and you know what? While you're at it, and thank you to 6 people who have joined in the last 24 hours, go to trysmallbiz.com, get a Discord if you don't have a small biz. That's most of our members. Premium if you do. Trysmallbiz.com, promo code SAVE50 for half off, cancel anytime. And speaking of premium members who have a small biz, this hat right here and this shirt, Underwater Scooter Pros, I've showed you this before. That's a kick-ass hat and a dive down to Treasure Island at the bottom of the sea. More importantly, it's Ray, our buddy Ray from underwaterscooterpros.com. I'll put a link in the description or in the top comment. Excuse me, he was on The Price is Right a few months ago. This is the real shit. And you don't order an Underwater Scooter Pro in the summertime. You do it right now. So do me a favor, along with Ray, our buddy who's dedicated inside of our Discord with almost 400 strong. Go to underwaterscooterpros.com. They got all sorts of merch. I've washed this shirt a dozen times in the last 6 months. It's so good, Ray. I'm going to send you a DM because I want to know who makes it. It doesn't fade. It doesn't stretch. Underwaterscooterpros.com. The Kraken tomorrow. All right, ladies and gentlemen, before I tell you exactly how red makes you rich, not green, let's summarize what Jerome Powell and the Fed just said. We're not cutting in January for starters. We're going to slow it down. We've made progress with respect to inflation, but we got more work to do. There was some dissent, and that's good. In the last meeting, because that's what the minutes are, a summary of what already happened, that they didn't want to cut. And I often said, why are we cutting when the market's at all-time highs? Answer, my professional opinion. They've made progress on inflation, but not enough. They know that we've got a massive debt of 36 trillion and climbing. They also know, and most of you don't, that China's in a free fall, a deflationary free fall. Rates are plummeting. And I find it hard to believe why the second largest, arguably the first in the entire world in terms of an economy, is in free fall, yet we're going to keep climbing with respect to rates? I don't think so. And the Fed knows that. And oh, by the way, in case you haven't heard me, in the last several weeks, January 20th, there's a new sheriff, or should I say an old one back in town. And if you watched that press conference yesterday, I just can't get over it. You talk about boss, gangster motherfucker, man. You ain't going to be fucking with me. I'll fuck you right in the ass with tariffs, and if I have to bomb you in the case of Hamas because you won't give the hostages back, that's exactly what I'm going to do. No more of this stumbling around on stage or at yellow school buses. The fucking boss is back in town. And you know what he's going to say? Jerome, come here. Listen, I like you. I appointed you. You remember that? You've done a decent job, and he has. You cut 3 or 4 times in the last 6 months, but it's not enough. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do, Jerome. Elon and Vivek and the Doge team, we're going to cut $1 trillion, maybe 2. And I'm going to get the House fiscally somewhat responsible. But you, my motherfucking friend, are going to cut a full point. Art of the deal. Ask for way more than he's going to get. The futures market says 2. I'm putting my nuts back in the guillotine. 3 cuts this year. 1 most likely February, March. Take a break. And 1 or 2 in the late summer, early fall. And that's it. But if you've been with me inside of the Discord with almost 400 strong, we've taken over 20 profits. Another one today. Are you taking profits? Have you sold 4 stocks in the last 72 hours and made about 35% average on each? No, you haven't. And I said yesterday, I want to make you rich in bloody fucking scary markets because we're about to separate the men from the boys and the fucking ladies from the girls. Try smallbiz.com. Get a Discord. If you don't have a small biz, you just want to make money. Premium, which has everything if you do. Save 50, promo code, half off your first month. Cancel anytime. So Jason, now that you've told us the Fed's going to cut 2 or 3 times, we're going to separate the men from the boys, meaning if you were leaning on heavy cuts and a massive jack up in the M2 money supply, you're fucked. But if you're with me or somebody like myself and they're rare, you don't need a ton of cuts in order to make money. You just need the Fed to slow the roll as they have. Start jacking up the money supply as they have. And maybe give us 2 or 3 timely cuts based on the data between now and the end of the year. Said another way, stop fucking destroying small cap stocks by raising rates through the roof. And we can make a fortune. We can get rich. Filthy rich. Not today, not tomorrow, not next month, or even next year. You'll know as soon as you get in there the first month that this is the real deal. But over the next 4 with Trump and another 6 in this secular bear market, tens of 20s of hundreds of maybe even millions, depending on your size, right, Archangelo? Over the next 10 years, listening to me, because I've been doing this 30 years, made all the mistakes, gone bankrupt officially once, but actually twice so that you don't have to. We have everything color-coded. I tell you exactly what to buy and where. We were in soaking up miners this morning again. We were buying interest rate related stocks again at 52-week lows. So if anybody's going to make fucking money, it's me. And by the way, if you're one of those skimmers, or should they say scalpers that think you got to chase new highs, by the way, how'd the XTIA at a quarter last trade in nickel feel? Stuck it right in your ass, didn't they? Can you believe that? Can you believe that? You talk about a corrupt CEO, and if anybody knows him, send him a copy of this video. He actually had the balls to do a 350 million share or thereabouts offering when the stock was cranking in the pre-market near a quarter at a nickel. And as I explained in my 7th video of the day, 2 minutes long on average in the Discord, I guarantee there was a call like this. Listen, everybody knows we're on record of doing a 1 for up to. It's always up to, right? 1 for 200 reverse split because we're way out of compliance at a nickel. And we still got another 400 million shares that it could issue before we get to our maximum allotment based on our filings. So we're going to get the stock moving in the right direction. All the dumb retail stock twit idiots, 90% of which are probably living in their mother's basement or close to it, that have no idea. They don't stop and think, gee, maybe I shouldn't buy a stock at a quarter that's up 5x in the last 4 or 5 days. So they get it up there. They build a massive short, probably close to the equivalent of the size of the offering. It collapses on the announcement. They cover their short and they give XTIA $10 million. If you want to know how it's really fucking played, kind of like I just told you, you know it needs to be done. In closing, anytime, a trade is a no-brainer, it's wrong. Fellas, when your nuts are the size of a fucking grain of sand on the beach. Ladies, when it's running down the side of your leg and you got to put a pillow over it just to hide what the fuck is going on. And no, I'm not talking about being excited. Time to buy. And when they're sending off the rockets and the bottles and all this thing's going to $100 a share over on Clown Town, sell it all. You must get with someone like me that can train you. Okay, where are we? We're in extreme fear. The CNN fake news fear and greed index, amazing. If all you did, and I don't trade options anymore, was buy calls during extreme fear when it's all the way to the left and fucking puts on extreme greed all the way to the right, you'd stack cash to the ceiling 3, 4, 5 times a year. But we have a masterful plan. Index most of your money in the same broker, same account. My example, personally, I have 65% indexed SPY, QQQ, IWM. 2,600 companies in 3 ETFs. You can use the index funds that I don't have to worry about in terms of diversification. The other 35%, and you should have at minimum, in my opinion, 60 indexed, is your trading. You fuck around and find out. We never have more than 7 core holdings. So under this system, and mine's at E-Trade, I've got massive amounts of cash in SPY, QQQ, IWM. I buy the corrections or preferably bear markets, which are once or every 7 or 8 years. We got some Qs as low as 421. Last trade, 514. It hasn't moved in a fucking hour. What does that mean? That the Fed is on target. And now it's time to separate the men's from the boys. Who can actually read the fucking charts? Who can manage their emotions? Who the fuck knows when to get in, and more importantly, in many cases, when to get out? Because if you don't know, or you can't lean on somebody like me, this is an awfully tough market to be into. Because last 2 years plus 25% in the S&P, it's not going to surprise me if it's half that. If this year, major volatility at times. But, and this is my final word of the day, promise to come back tomorrow with respect to Kraken. If you join us, trysmallbiz.com. When you know who is in that red tie, shorter haircut now, lost some weight, 35 pounds, they say. You. No, fuck you, stupid question. If you don't release the hostages, we're going to bomb the shit out of you. And unless you pay us a 50 to 100% tariff, and get your act together, we're going to mow your ass down. And you know what's going to happen by that time? Everything's going to double or triple in the next 4 years. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, with minor exceptions, always remember that I love you. And I hope to see you, you know where, in the next 24 to 48 hours.